Here's how I scored an 88 on the ASVAB with a 115 GT score. My name is Mikhail. I'm in the United States Marine Corps, and I would like to help you guys achieve similar results. I'll do a quick introduction of who I am and why this stuff matters. So, who am I? Like I said, Mikhail Francis. I'm in the Marine Corps, gym rat, pursuing higher education, the whole shabab. Why this video matters is because the ASVAB can literally shape the direction and trajectory of your career in the military. Just to reiterate again, my ASVAB score is an 88 and my GT score is a 115. And in this video, I'll be covering how I did it and how you can do it too. And as I was thinking about this video, I wanted to break it down, the categories for the individuals who'll be taking these ASVAB or be studying it. I wanted to break them down into three categories: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. A beginner would need anywhere between 12 to 6 months of prep time studying. Intermediate, 6 to 3. Advanced, 3 months or less. I would say I fell in between intermediate and advanced. I say that because I was already comfortable with the information that you'll have to test on for the ASVAB. Information being the math knowledge, arithmetic reasoning, word knowledge, paragraph comprehension. I was already comfortable with these topics. It's just I knew I had to do some more studying just to get myself ready. One of my biggest, or I guess my biggest concern for the ASVAB, because this was the second time I took it. The first time I took it, my biggest concern was the arithmetic reasoning portion. That was something I struggled on. Math has always been my strong suit, but arithmetic reasoning, it's the same level of math. It's just more word problems. You're applying what you know in real world context, in a real world context, and for me, it was very difficult. So that would be where I started from. Like I said, I was already very good with math. Math was my favorite subject in school. Math knowledge I was good with. Word knowledge is essentially knowing words, having a strong or high vocabulary, and knowing how to apply that word in a context, or the opposite, learning how to get the definition of a word within a sentence. Paragraph comprehension is essentially reading the passage and summarizing what you've read and to be able to answer a handful of questions. And arithmetic reasoning is similar to math knowledge. It's math questions, but they'll ask you in a real world context. For example, if a train leaves a station right now at 60 miles per hour, and then train B leaves an hour after train A, after how many hours will train B catch up or reach train A? You see, saying it sounds a bit complicated, but when you actually start doing the math and solving it, it's not as difficult as it sounds. And now we'll cover the daily schedule that I use to study for the ASVAB. For 3 to 5 days a week, more if I could, I allocated 4 hours of study time. I would study each subject for 1 hour each. So math knowledge, arithmetic reasoning, word knowledge, and paragraph comprehension. And speaking of those topics, there's more topics in the ASVAB that you will have to test on. General science is one of them, assembly and assembling objects and mechanical. Those are also other subjects you have to take when you take the ASVAB. But the four primary subsections or topics that affect your overall ASVAB score and or your GT score is these four, which is the math knowledge, arithmetic reasoning, word knowledge, and paragraph comprehension. So 1 hour for each. And if I felt like I was very comfortable in one area, like the word knowledge, I can maybe reallocate that time back to the paragraph comprehension or more time to the arithmetic reasoning, because I knew that was one area I struggled with. And just to summarize that again, that was 4 hours a day for about 3 to 5 days a week, more if I could. And that's about 4 months. I did that for about 4 months. And the resources I used, or what I used to help me study, I used ChatGPT and an ASVAB study guide that I'll leave in the description box down below. And really, if you don't have ChatGPT, it's not something you use. Really, that app alone can get you there. Honestly, that app alone can get you there. Most of it, down to the minute details. Most of what I saw in that app, it translated over to what I took in the ASVAB, especially the arithmetic reasoning. I wish I used it more. I didn't use arithmetic reasoning in the app as much. I mainly just used ChatGPT, but I was studying. I wasn't studying the direct material. What I was studying with ChatGPT was kind of adjacent. It was adjacent. It was more math knowledge and arithmetic reasoning. So that app will give you everything you need. Arithmetic reasoning, math knowledge, paragraph comprehension, word knowledge. The app has everything in it. What I was doing with ChatGPT as well is I would essentially ask it to give me, let's say, 10 questions or 20 questions, answer it, and whatever I got wrong, I would have it explain in depth what I got wrong, how I got it wrong, and what I need to do next time to prevent this from happening. Same thing with word knowledge. Just give me a bunch of words, paragraphs, give me some paragraphs. Basically just getting my reps in, right, for the whole hour. Whichever hour it was, if I was doing arithmetic for that hour, and then for that whole hour, I was using ChatGPT and just 1 hour worth of arithmetic questions, answering them, asking how to better solve it. But I kind of messed up because I was studying, I was then trying to study formulas, math formulas and other things, but that wasn't really that isn't what I faced when I took the ASVAB. It's not what I faced at all. And honestly, I felt like I could have did much better on the arithmetic portion of the ASVAB, but I still scored really high for the score and the GT score. So I can only wonder what my score would have been had my studying have been more effective on what I would actually face. So you can either do you can either do both of what I did, utilizing ChatGPT and the ASVAB. ChatGPT more for the math knowledge, the word knowledge, paragraph comprehension, or an hour on the ASVAB app alone. I'm telling you, that alone will ensure you have a good score. That alone will ensure you have a good score. Overall, a GT score, etc. The app, it's a good resource, and it's what I recommend as well. Some specific tips would be working on your weak areas. You can probably determine your weak area. You don't have to do it right away. Probably after you're doing your 4 hours a day of each subject, I'm sure you'll soon realize, okay, I'm not as strong in this area, or I'm not as strong. You could, but if you're stronger in another area, you can probably reduce that hour to maybe 45 or 30 minutes and give that extra time to what you're weak in, so you can bump that up as well to catch up with everyone else. And the app will have it, but another thing you can do is practice under time conditions. So if I was using ChatGPT, I would time myself to complete all the questions in the required time. But the app also has that as well. It's also timing you. So you just try to try to answer the questions provided to you in the time allotted. So you want to answer it quickly, but as accurately as you can as well. You don't want to lose one. You want both accuracy and as efficiently or quickly as you can. And that's about it. Let's go ahead and conclude it. Like I said, you know what? I didn't give you guys my first score. My first score out of high school, when I first took the ASVAB, or in high school, when I first took the ASVAB, I scored a 53. And my GT score was a 90. So now that's a huge jump to current times. My ASVAB now, which I took back in March of 2024, March of 2025, sorry, I took it this year. March of 2025, I took it earlier this year. Yeah. So now my ASVAB now is 88 with a GT score 115. And honestly, I would just recommend being consistent. It's not hard. It's not difficult. It's just be consistent and make sure you're studying. And don't be ashamed or feel afraid if you have to take the ASVAB multiple times. I have a buddy as well I was stationed with, and he took the ASVAB multiple different times because he was trying to go special forces and his GT score didn't cut it. So we took the ASVAB multiple different times. So don't be ashamed if that's what you need to do as well. It's no problem at all, sin problema. But if you like these kind of videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Not only will I be covering self-improvement and mindset type of topics on this channel, but I'm in the military. I've been in for 6 years. What is that, 6 años? I've been in for 6 years, so I also want to share I also want to share the value I have, the value and information and tips, advice that I have for the military as well. I might as well. I've been in for 6 years, so I think it'll be able to help someone out who is either just getting started or maybe even spending the similar amount of time as I am, etc. Right? But like I said, like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.